And it gets even worse. The Chicago Bears lose to the 49ers by a score of 38-13 in a game that was not even competitive from the very beginning of this game. You know, Thomas Brown did not have a good first game being head coach. I know it's early, so I'm not trying to put all the blame on him, but this team just was completely outmatched from the very beginning of this game. What's going on, guys? I'm back with another Chicago Bears post-game reaction video. Thank God there are only 4 more of these to go because the season's been a complete nightmare, honestly, in many aspects, right? Like, we expected a lot more going into the season. We expected to at least be competitive and not regress in many areas, but this is the Chicago Bears we're talking about, and you have to always expect the worst. And it really sucks because it could have been such a fun year, but Ryan Poles' first mistake was keeping Matt Eberflus. The second mistake was not adding enough to this roster because this roster got dominated against some of the backups of the 49ers. And, you know, obviously the 49ers still have a good amount of talent. They have Kyle Shanahan, a very good head coach. But to get completely obliterated from the very beginning of this game, not even be competitive, like, what the hell was that? Usually when a team fires their head coach, you know, the team gets a little bit of a bump in energy and they usually win the very next game. But the Chicago Bears clearly had no interest in winning this game. It seemed like guys were not even trying out there. You know, some drops, some bad plays made by both offense and defense. The offensive line had no interest in blocking for Caleb today. I mean, Braxton Jones really struggled today. Some of the other guys struggled as well. If you look at Caleb's final box numbers, you know, 17 for 23 for 134 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, you know, so pretty low passing yards. We didn't really get to pass the ball a lot because we barely had possession in this game. The 49ers, for the most part, had possession in this game, partly because the Bears still cannot run the football. Okay, DeAndre Swift had 14 carries for 38 rushing yards. I mean, he's done nothing for the vast majority of the season besides for some receiving, you know, highlights. And obviously, you know, the O-line blocking goes into that too. The blocking in general has been just so bad, but guys, I don't know what else to say, okay? This is going to be a pretty short video because I just have no interest in breaking this game down. Honestly, I was barely watching this game in the background because I was like, why should I waste time watching this terrible, pathetic football team that, you know, even after firing Eberflus, like, they're just doing so bad. And I know some people in the comments may say, oh, Eberflus, he was, you know, at least keeping the defense together, which maybe that's true to some extent. Okay, Eric Washington did not have a good first game calling plays. And, you know, Eberflus, at least on defense, you know, he was relatively good coach. But I still think the decision to fire him was the right one just because things had reached a boiling point. But it just sucks, guys, that with Thomas Brown, man, like, first game, get blown the fuck out, 38-13. Caleb had no chance. And Ryan Poles is going to have a lot of calls for his head. Like, I know that, you know, Kevin Warren already said he's staying, and, you know, I guess that's fine to let him pick the next head coach, but at this point, guys, this is Ryan Poles' 3rd year, and his roster got dominated against some of the backups of the 49ers. Like, what the hell is that? Like, we're still too weak in the trenches, and you really did not do a good enough job on this offensive line. On the defensive line, too, we have many issues that, you know, the last couple of weeks they were getting, you know, glossed over kind of because the defense was doing fairly well. But in this game, we just got dominated again in the trenches. And that's been the story of the Chicago Bears under Ryan Poles' tenure. So I don't know what else to say, guys. Like he's not going anywhere. So, you know, we can't really call for his firing. But it just really, really is so disappointing to see the Bears, you know, again, fall so flat and waste another season. Okay, like, 7-game losing streak now. I don't even think we can win a game for the rest of the year. Maybe we get lucky and win one, but if the Bears finish, you know, 5 and whatever that would be, 5 and 13 or 5 and 12, like what the heck, guys? Like, what the heck is that? The season should have been a lot more fun, but this is the Chicago Bears, and, you know, again, guys, thank God there's only 4 more games left of the season. I still hope Caleb has a good last 4 games. It sucks that he's taking such a beating this season, but all we can really hope is that the Bears find the right head coach this time around, you know, invest a lot more in the trenches, get better overall, and, you know, come back in 2025 and hopefully they're a better football team. But at this point, guys, like, I am losing my patience with this organization. Like, it just really, really is so annoying that this happens every single year. So Leave your comments down below, guys. I honestly don't even want to talk about this for much longer. It's a pretty short video, so apologies for not, breaking down each play in detail or each, quarter in detail, but I don't think anybody even wants to listen to that. So leave your comments down below. As always, fuck this team.